What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning on in. Much appreciated. Thank you for checking out the channel. If you could, subscribe here, like the video, all that good stuff. And if you're a fan of the Tobin and Leroy program, the radio program, although we're on video, audio, all those places, I will give you all the places that you guys could subscribe, like, find, watch, listen in the description here for the video. I'd appreciate you guys' support there. Mean a lot to me, mean a lot to the show, all that type of stuff. So thank you for checking us on out. Always appreciate your guys' support. So interesting things going down in Heatland as always, but wanted to get to something in particular with Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro is, I think, the most interesting story that is going on this offseason for the Miami Heat that just really kind of involves the Miami Heat in themselves because, you know, the guy has got his black belt in trade rumors. He has been thrown in trade rumors basically since he walked out of the bubble, and he was in James Harden trade rumors and Donovan Mitchell trade rumors and Kevin Durant trade rumors. He is going to be in trade rumors, for the foreseeable future. That's just what it is. He is their best young asset that they seem willing to deal, and I say that, carefully because they haven't yet. But in any of these trade talks, whatever the people say, it doesn't ever seem like they're very fast to ever throw Bam Adebayo in a trade rumor, although we've seen more of that with the Kevin Durant stuff because it's like you're not getting Kevin Durant if you're not giving up Bam Adebayo. With Tyler, it's like he's in everything. Like, what's the big prize you have? Tyler Herro. He is a big prize. I mean, you saw the season that he had last year, sixth man of the year, arguable all-star season for him. Playoffs that didn't live up to snuff, and then obviously he got hurt. And maybe if they would have made the finals, would have been back, as he said. But we'll never know. Never got to that point. But the interesting thing that was made clear from him on the way out and going into the summer was that he wanted to start.
Tyler, you accepted the bench role this year, and you made the best of it, obviously. You ended up winning Sixth Man of the Year. Is it a priority for you this offseason to become a starter, a full-time starter for this team next year?
Yeah, for sure. In some way, I would like to start. I think it's my fourth year, so I think I've earned it, and we'll see what happens.
And Pat Riley, he was asked about this by yours truly at the State of the Heat Media Day, and the Godfather said, go earn it.
I don't even think he's here yet, really here yet as a full-time, complete player. And I say that about a player that averaged 20 and shot 37, 38% from three, can score in bunches, can score at the rim, can score on floaters, can score on pull-ups, can score on threes. He gets out on the break. And he's 22. He's 21, 22 years old. So, the next step for him, and I think we're seeing this in the league, if you want to win a championship and you want to be a starter, you really have to become a two-way player today. And you have to improve in certain areas of your game. Now, we all know that at one time or another, teams will always put a target on Tyler's back or Duncan's back or Max's back or somebody else that they think they can beat one-on-one on a switch. And so I saw improvement in his defense this year. He's got great feet. He's got quick feet, and he just needs to get stronger again, and another 10 pounds of muscle mass, and he just needs to get stronger from a leverage standpoint, because I think he still has a lot to the upside. But as far as being a starter, come to training camp and win it. Come to training camp and win it. Sometimes it's that easy, and sometimes, the fit, as Spo, talked about over the last 2 or 3 years, it was better for us coming in, balancing the energy of scoring and having somebody that can really control the ball. So if he wants to be a starter, we'll see in October. That's something that you earn, and there's no doubt that he has the qualities to be that.
Now, people maybe took this a little bit harsh of like Pat Riley is just like, go earn it. He says like he's capable. I think Pat Riley just lives in that culture of like, hey, you come in here and that's how we do things. We go and we earn what we get. And so from the standpoint of we have to give Tyler Herro is this position, they don't really subscribe to that. Now, what I would say to the Miami Heat, I really do believe that Tyler Herro deserves to start. I do think that he has gotten to the point where it is time for Tyler Herro to start. I get it. Eric Spoelstra likes to live in this world of he's the sixth starter. He is, one of our most important players. He's our closer, all that type of stuff. All that stuff is cool. But as we have seen, starting probably cost Tyler Herro an all-star appearance this year. It really, really did. You had Charles Barkley going from he plays against scrubs to thinking he was the biggest snub for the Miami Heat on the all-star team. It ended up going to Jimmy Butler, which, Jimmy Butler was the Heat's best player, but he did miss a lot of games. Tyler was consistently there throughout. So I just think that, look, if they are going to move forward with Tyler Herro as a cornerstone of the franchise, which go for it. If you're going to do that, it is time to kind of take the commitment and go and start him. Because if I am Tyler Herro, and we don't get a lot of the whole disgruntled Heat player, especially from the guys they draft. I mean, Caron Butler, Justice Winslow, maybe a little bit Justice Winslow. Like the last time somebody was a little bit like, didn't love his role, especially when Jimmy Butler got here. But, Bam, Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is like, when you have your franchise being led by Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade has done all the sacrifices that he has done in his career and did all the winning that he did right away in his career, you kind of get spoiled to how guys should be and always be, and that everybody's going to subscribe to this Heat culture stuff. But we live in a day and age where these guys want roles. We see this all the time with people being upset with their roles, not loving their roles, not loving the fit, not loving all that type of stuff. It's not that uncommon in the NBA. It just seems to be an uncommon thing with the Miami Heat, which is still ingrained with Tyler Herro, because as much as people think of Tyler Herro as like this look at me show pony, always known as a gym rat, really never says anything of controversy with the Miami Heat. Has said plainly, flatly, I want to start. That's that. Has said that every time he was asked about the six-man thing, saying I'm doing the role to the best of my ability. I do want to start, but has never been like hosing down the organization. He's never made a stink, if you will, at least publicly. And this week, he showed up to Heat Summer League and was there with Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, sat there with Spo. They took a little picky pick, put it on the gram, and he was asked at some red carpet event that about Pat Riley and what Pat Riley said. And he said, quote, "He continues to give me advice. Every time I talk to him, he always gives me a new book to read," which that's got to be good. If Pat Riley's passing you down wisdom from high, I would like to know what goes into Pat Riley picking said book. Does everybody get the same book? Like, does he have a book club, book of the month, Godfather book club? Does Riley have specific books that he's giving to everybody? Does he go, this is a Gabe Vincent book. This is a Bam Adebayo book. This book here, I'm going to give this to Chris Quinn. Just brush him up on his coaching. This here is for Boy Wonder. Or does everybody just get the same book? I don't know. But he did say that he's trying to be a starter in this league and then be an all-star one day. So that's the next step on when he was asked about his goals. And he also believes that him and Jimmy Butler next to each other, I think it would look great. So we'll see what happens and once we get to training camp. And that's that. Not a controversy yet again. Still handling it like a champ, not making a stink. And it is interesting, I think, that the Heat are in this position of like, are they going to put him in that role again? I don't think they should. I don't think you should start Max Strus over Tyler Herro next year. I don't. And look, Max isn't going to give up that role lightly. I mean, he did really great. They were great with him in the starting lineup last year. But I just think that, let's be real about it. Like, Max Strus is an undrafted guy. I don't know what contract he's going to get. And the Heat don't really normally typically play to that. But let's say that the Heat bring back Tyler Herro. Maybe if that is the case, Tyler's playing next year. I imagine it's going to be on a pretty hefty, deserved extension. You got to start that guy, man. Like, you got to put that guy, and you got to, let's be real about it. Like, guys probably, locally, I would say probably the most popular Heat player. Like, when I go to the building, the guy who gets the loudest pop is Tyler Herro. Jimmy Butler's obviously the face of the Miami Heat nationally and all that type of stuff. But I do think that in that building, Tyler Herro gets the loudest pop. I think probably Jimmy Butler took that over as the playoffs went on because of that games. The loudest ovation I think I ever heard Jimmy Butler get was Game 7 Eastern Conference Finals after that Game 6 performance. The roof nearly blew off for him. I never heard him get a chant like that with the Miami Heat. Like, I think that was one of those, like, you know, he's just put so many iconic playoff performances up forth for the Heat now. So maybe he's taking that back. But I do think that, you know, most jerseys I see are 14 jerseys. When the Heat have a new jersey come out, the first one that they want to roll out is Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro, very popular with the marketing department. So I do think that it's time for him to start. Not just because of a popularity thing, but I do think that it is the next step in his career. I think that they probably had him set in this role, and they wanted to keep comfort. They were going to start him in his second year. Didn't go great. Didn't feel like he was physically up to it quite then. Remember, there was such a quick turnaround from season to season. So I really do think that that if Tyler Herro is not traded from this team, if he is going to come back, I think the right thing to do is to start him and to see what him and Jimmy and Kyle and Bam and whoever is going to be the other big. I don't even call it a power forward because it might be another center who they put next to Bam, and Bam's the 4. And who cares? These positions, like Spo doesn't do positions. You know how he is. So that's an interesting thing. One other thing that came out of that Riley press conference, though, we do remember this, when he was talking about Kyle Lowry, and he said that he thinks that Kyle Lowry does have to get into better shape. And I got to say, been following, let me see who this, I just want to make sure I have the right name down for this, because this guy's got some good content for Kyle Lowry. I'll tell you, if you want all things Kyle Lowry, you want to go check out this page. This is Drew Major. Drew Major, who is his film guy. So he was at this Tahoe thing this week, this celebrity championship that Tony Romo won. Kyle Lowry loves him some golf. Loves golf. One of the big reasons some would say he came to Miami is because we have great golf down here in South Florida. And he was told by Pat Riley, I think he needs to be in better shape. It was reported that Kyle Lowry did not take that personal. But not only did he not take it personal, my eyes may be deceiving me, but I feel like I'm seeing a Kyle Lowry who looks like he's in great shape at this golf tournament. I know, like, there was a video that they put out, like, what is this, like 13 days ago, of Kyle Lowry working out in a sweatsuit, and he's getting after it, dude, like cutting weight. Like, so he got after this offseason seemingly with a vengeance, because it's pretty early. Like, training camp doesn't start until October. And Kyle Lowry looks like he's getting into shape. And I looked at him at this golf tournament, and I was just like, damn, Kyle Lowry looks really good. Like, compared to what he was looking like on the bench. Remember, he had blown hamstrings, couldn't run. Can't imagine that he was in the best shape ever. Was doing everything he could just to play basketball. But I'm looking at this golf show, and I'm like, Kyle Lowry's looking kind of lean. Like, it looks like he took this Pat Riley advice. I would go check it out. Major Films 215. Check that out on Instagram. And maybe I'm crazy. But I saw him, like, with Derek Carr. He was shooting the shots. I was looking at some of the videos compared to what he was looking like during the playoffs. And, you know, I just think that Kyle Lowry looks like he is really taking Pat Riley's critique, if you want to call it that, to heart. And it feels like he's coming through and getting really lean. I don't know. It really stood out to me. I was like, I don't think I'm crazy here when I say Kyle Lowry looks like he's getting into really, really good shape. And took that Pat Riley. I mean, listen, maybe Kyrie Irving trade rumors do that to you. You're like, yeah, we're not going to trade you for Irving, but how is your body fat right now? He's looking good right now, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's what my eyes are seeing. Also want to give a quick shout out on the Summer League to Marcus Garrett, because that dude brought the clamps, fitting right in with the hardware department. When he got Spo and Tyler Herro and Max Strus and Gabe Vincent up out of the seats, that was Goosey's galore, dude. I love that. So shout out to Marcus Garrett. He is he's been playing great. Not much from Jovic in that game. So we'll see what Hikola has to do in the next Vegas Summer League performance. But, you know, we'll see, man. As the Heat world turns, it's always an interesting watch.